Hey everybody, this is Joseph Hasek, and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to the On the Map show, and welcome back to Zania. Zania did that. Zania is going to take 6 hours to preview AEW Forbidden Door happening Sunday at 8 p.m. San Jose, California. We won't take 6 hours, all right? We won't. Let's see if we can breeze through the matches, all right? We got to breeze through the matches. The Owen Hart Foundation men's final, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland. Who you got in this one?
Oh my gosh, wasn't the whole tournament made for this? Like the whole bracket was implying that this will end with Osprey and Swerve. I I don't know. I think they're gonna become the kind of rival that like their whole entire career, they're gonna be wrestling each other every once in a while. Like this is a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn type of situation, and they're gonna alternate
Yeah.
whoever comes out the winner in this. I think that maybe Will Ospreay takes this because he's still this natural baby face. People love him. He gets big reactions, and Swerve I think is kind of, which again, no negativity, but like he's kind of had like the dip of his popularity, it feels, because people are not vibing as much with the new kind of repackage, right? So maybe it would make sense for Osprey to win. Big
Yeah.
feel good moment, especially since it's the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. It's you know it implies this feel good moment. It implies a celebration of wrestling as a family, of wrestling as this um, place that like takes care of each other, and especially now that we know, that Owen Hart's family wants nothing to do with WWE, but then AEW made them feel so comfortable and so welcomed and so celebrated that it's always a feel good moment. So for this feel good moment, Osprey is the perfect person.
And don't forget one critical thing you did not mention. I have to mention it because my Jewish friend is there. MJF will battle the winner of this match in London, England, at Wembley Stadium, August 30th. So it's got to be Will
Yeah.
Ospreay winning the belt in his hometown of England. No, we'll get to
Yeah.
that in the next month or whatever. But
No,
now
that
for
makes
the
sense.
ladies, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I said that makes sense. Yeah, you're right.
All right, for the ladies, Owen Hart Foundation tournament final, Mercedes Monet, not money, Monet, and boy, she's looking better than ever, uh, versus Maya World. And let me tell you this: this was a substitute. She wasn't supposed to win. Then she had tragedy, and Tony Khan, being what you said, he has a good heart and all that. Could she win the Owen?
I don't think she's winning the whole thing, but it's definitely been wonderful to see her get this opportunity. And it's so interesting how this industry, being in the entertainment industry and being very reliant on fan reactions and how people take things, has just been like a wonderful and sad and accidental combination of circumstances for her. Because, like you said, she's just had this loss in her family that she very vulnerably shared with the fans, and that made the fans, rally for her even more. But then, even earlier than that, she was an extra, right, at the show before she got signed, and she was a replacement in the match that she wasn't even supposed to have because another tag team walked out, right, as we know. So wrestling is just such a perfect storm of weird circumstances and accidents. So it's just so interesting to see people get their chance because of a split second moment. So it's been great to watch her in AW and RH. Also, that RH tapings are in Jacksonville, so I've been attending every once in a while, and she's been featured in RH very heavily. And I think she's absolutely great. But Mercedes Moné is Mercedes Moné. She is that girl. So she's definitely winning.
All right. Now, steel cage match. Team Briscoe. All these guys don't have teeth. All right. Versus the Don Callis family and my good Jewish pickle, MJF, Maxwell, Jacob, Friedman. Who you got in this one? I'm mentioning, Maxwell, Jacob Friedman. He's not defending the title. It's a steel cage match. It's like 5-5, 6-6, or whatever. This is where MJF loses, but his team lose, but he's not going to take the loss because Darby Allin's there, Orange Cassidy's there, not even throwing a punch, he's throwing a kick. What do you say?
Honestly, it could go both ways. It could be MJF getting another significant victory before it goes to Wembley, as Will Ospreay gets a significant victory also, or it could be kind of like a retaliation for Darby Allin's loss in New York when MJF took the title. So could go both ways. Again, probably going to be a feel-good moment with all the faces winning, and since they are known to be kind of like the crazy ones, right? But everyone who knows me knows I'm a Don Callis family enjoyer, and I'm an MJF enjoyer, so I'm definitely rooting for the heels here, but could go both ways.
And don't forget, like you mentioned, Mark Briscoe is supposed to get another title shot. There's another pay-per-view coming up in July in Montreal. So that could, Mark Briscoe could win, and that enables them to have the pay-per-view Montreal there. This is a very underrated match, but I think it has the chance to be one of the best matches on this weekend shows. Kenny, by God, Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr.
For me, this is the match on this show. And I'm surprised that you say it's underrated. I haven't really seen people like gloss it over, but I can see how, it's not a title match, it's not a part of one of the bigger feuds or anything like that. But for me, I'm predicting now this is going to be match of the night.
That's what I'm saying.
Both those guys are some of the best wrestlers in the world. And I know that we throw this around, and even, Tony Khan always says we have the best wrestlers in the world in this locker room, but it's true. And especially, I'm so jealous of everybody who gets to experience this live, because both of them are even more electric live. Like, I've never seen a bad Kenny or Zack match live, but I've never even seen a mediocre Kenny or Zack Sabre Jr. match live. Like, all these guys know is brilliance. Like, they're just incredible. And, I think it's pretty obvious that Kenny's winning this one. But ultimately, this kind of match is not about the result. It's about the journey. It's about the process.
here's something that you said. You said right now, it pretty obviously that Kenny's winning. I say he wins, but I heard just yesterday or 2 days ago that they may have a draw and they may have a rematch in Wembley Stadium.
Oh, how about that? Against Zack's home country. That would be fantastic. That would be amazing. I would be all for it.
Because don't forget, again, mention next pay-per-view is in Montreal, and Kenny Omega's, like myself, Canadian. So Kenny Omega could maybe win or I think, because I have heard this is going to be a best 3 match. That's what I heard. So this is part 1. Part 2 is next month, and then part 3 in England. So that's what I have heard. But even if they have 1 match, 3 matches, how are you going to top this match? They're going to top this match, and then they're going to top the following match. So I don't care if they have 1 match. Let them last 2 hours long. Give them a 2-hour time limit, because these guys can go. Guys can go. Now, speaking about Canadians, Cage and Cope, a.k.a. Edge and Christian, versus the Dogs for the AEW World Tag Team titles. There's no way they're going to lose. Cage and
there's
Christian.
No way.
I
mean, the Bucks are one of the founders of the company, and they are so important to the modern history of tag team wrestling, and they are brilliant. But I feel like ultimately the one thing that Young Bucks are the best at is morphing their performance and their position and their character to whatever is needed from them to make the best show. So I think their role here is to make Cage and Cope even bigger, even grander, So, yeah, there's no way they're losing.
Now, this is, again, I don't want to say underrated, for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. Pac, and you know what? Pac has wrestled all these amazing matches, and nobody's talking about it. Remember when I think you were
I'm
at
talking
at
about
the golf
it.
course. No, I know you're talking about, but when he had the golf course match against,
It
I
was
think it was
brilliant.
Will Ospreay or something like that. Like
No, it was Darby.
nobody's talking.
It
Darby,
was it
yeah,
was
Darby,
Frankie
yeah.
Darby. And I was there, and it was brilliant. And that venue was just so much fun. And I love unconventional venues for wrestling. But I've also loved Pac for the longest time. Um, since was it Riptide Wrestling in England?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like he's just brilliant. He's always been brilliant. And one thing that I admire about Pac the most is the positioning. And like as a PR professional, I have to look at those things. But like he's one of those wrestlers where losses don't harm him. Like the losses don't make him look weaker. Like the way that he carries himself and everything, like from the look and the haircut, the new haircut, and from the way he does his promos, the way that he carries himself when he's not even wrestling, but he's like around the ring for some of the other Death Riders matches. There's just so much like I don't even know how to describe it, like dignity and strength and like
Yeah.
poise about him that he commands the space when he walks in, and I'm a big fan of Pac.
All right. And then we got another good match. John Moxley versus Bandito for the AEW Continental Championship. Who you got on this one?
I think John Moxley is winning. And that being said, I love Bandito. He's one of my favorite, like top 3 or top 5 luchadors for sure. And he's been such a great asset for AEW, and people love him, and that makes him an even better candidate for John Moxley to destroy him, unfortunately or fortunately.
So you like Bandito, but do you like Brodito? or Burrito? Never mind.
I do.
Right.
I love them both together, and I love them both separately. And this is one of the cases where you never thought it would work, but it did. And it worked naturally and organically. So yeah, I love Brodito.
All right, for the AEW Women's Championship, and this, I'm going to tell you, they got a lot involved in this one because Tekla gets thrown out and of that promotion, and now she takes on Starlight Kid. And if you haven't watched Starlight Kid, watch her this Sunday. And Tekla, when the camera's on, Tekla performs. What do you say in this one?
Tekla is incredible, and she's such a score for AEW, and they are and should be strapping a rocket to her. Like, she's just phenomenal. And I feel like, especially in the current wrestling like space and the scene, it's so hard to be unique because, first of all, we've tried everything, and second of all, we have access to all this information, all these different shows all around the world, but there's just something about her. Like, we talk about the it factor and whether it exists and whether it's measurable, right? But if it exists, she has it.
All right, so that's the card. We're not going to mention. They're probably for the 0 hour. I'll have Megan Bain and Dominion and all that. So we don't know, but there's going to be a couple more matches. Now, before we close it out, I'm going to ask you: every pay-per-view and Forbidden Door, there's always something happening in AEW. Do you expect some newcomer to come out in Forbidden Door?
Definitely. I think this is the show to expect surprises. Like you said, either newcomers or just an unexpected appearance of someone from a different promotion, be it in Japan or CMLL or whatever it is, right? So I'm definitely expecting surprises. And even though I will be at NXT most of the time that this show goes on, I will try to catch the tail end, and I will also try to watch it back for sure, because Forbidden Door has been such a great find, such a great idea for AEW, and it's become kind of the flag of what AEW represents. They represent this open world of wrestling, in that we're not pretending that this is our small TV show and nothing else exists outside of it, right? We are accounting for the history of wrestling, the international aspect, the different cultures, the different backgrounds, the different standings that wrestlers have in different promotions, and we're not negating them. If someone comes from New Japan or CMLL, who's a main eventer, we're not making them go all the way like some other company. So this just has been the representation of everything that AEW stands for. And to me personally, Forbidden Door has consistently been every year one of the best shows of the year. So I'm very excited to see the show.
And one final thought for those who have emailed me and all that. It's not this month. They're talking about the New Day, Kofi, Xavier, and people who were released just after WrestleMania. It's going to be July. July, they have, and this is why, they added another pay-per-view, July 25th, because July 25th is the actual day that wrestlers from WWE, the actual day, could come to a rival organization. That's why they had added another pay-per-view, and they added it in Montreal, Revolution, July 25th. So we could see the new. What about maybe in Canada, the New Day or whatever they're, or Newer Day, because they can't use the
New Night
versus Edge and Christian. Oh, all right. So, but it's not this unless a couple wrestlers may have gotten released in March, but the wrestlers who got released around WrestleMania time, after WrestleMania, could appear on rival organizations on July 25th, 26th, something like that. So I know for sure the New Day are going to be in AEW, and they're going to come in that Montreal. That's all I'm saying. So if you expect them now, don't expect it.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned in the or the one TNA, Apollo Crews got him released in March, so he could be out in July, in June. So 3 months is June, right? So there it goes. All right, Xenia, tell everybody where they can reach you, and hopefully you have fun in NXT. Hopefully we don't have 17 hours of wrestling till 2 a.m. And go Canada, go Sunday 3:00. Go ahead.
Or hopefully we do have many hours of wrestling, because why not? Why are we complaining about
I can't do this. 3:00, 7:00,
Yeah.
8:00, 3:00.
Who needs sleep when you have wrestling, right? But you can find me at Xenia Did That on Instagram, YouTube, and X. And I do wrestling-related content. I have interviews with wrestlers. I have show coverage. I have product features, all kinds of things. You will find something that you like for sure. And if you are a professional in the industry, in sports and entertainment, if you are a wrestler, a referee, or a photographer, videographer, creator, podcaster, whatever it is, and you are ready to take that crucial step towards building your personal brand and making your social media, your media presence work for you instead of you working for it, I can help you. I have media guidance programs, so get in touch with me via DM or email, or tap the links in my bio to get more information, and let's do it together. Let's make you a superstar.
And next month in July, it's Saturday Night Main Event in Madison Square Garden. Xenia, are you going to be cursed?
Potentially. Maybe.
Thanks a lot. Hopefully nobody curses you. We love you here on the Fired Up Network.